Hi everyone, welcome back for our second video on scale drawings and scale factors. So in this video we're going to look at what happens when our first initial scaling isn't 1 inch to some certain measurement. So in that last video, everything we were given said 1 inch equals this amount of length. So it was very easy for us to take the length we had, multiply by how many feet each inch or each centimeter was worth to get the total length. Well, we're going to do something very similar. So Stuart wants to buy a new house. He finds a floor plan that measures 24 inches by 36 inches. He reads that each 0.25 inch is equal to 1 foot. What is the square footage of the house? So remember, we see square footage. That is talking about area. So what we want to do is find the area. But before we find the area, we have to convert, our length and our width to feet. So notice that here it says 0.25 inches is equal to 1 foot. So what we want to do first is we want to figure out, well, what is 1 inch equal to? Well, remember, 0.25 is another way to say 1/4. So how do we get 0.25 to be 1? Well, we multiply it by 4. And if we multiply our 0.25 by 4, we're going to have to multiply our 1 foot by 4. So if 0.25 inches is equal to 1 foot, then 1 inch is equal to 4 feet. What you could also do is you could also set up a proportion. So you could say 0.25 over 1 is equal to 1 over x. And that is going to help you find that 1 inch is equal to 4 feet. And now we can follow the problem in the exact same way. So start by following the dimensions. Well, length is our 24 inches times the 4 feet per inch, which is 96 feet. And the width is the 36 inches times the 4 feet per inch, which is 144 feet. And now since it's square footage, it's looking for area, so we have to do our length times our width. Remember, when we're doing our length times our width, we have to use the actual dimensions. Okay, so that's why we use the scale factor. We have to use the actual dimensions, the 96 times 144, to get 13,824 square feet, or 13,824 feet squared. Those units are exactly the same. So here you want to first convert, so that you have 1 inch equals a certain distance, because then all we have to do is multiply our length and our width by that distance. Now, Stuart wants to know how much it will cost to purchase carpet for the house. The carpet he wants to buy costs 65 cents per square foot. How much will it cost Stuart to carpet the house? Well, if we know it costs 65 cents per square foot, all we have to do is take the square footage and multiply it by 65 cents, because it's 65 cents for each of the 13,824 square feet. So our cost is going to be the area times the price per square foot, 13,824 times 0.65, which is $8,985.60. So you can see it's very expensive to make some changes to your house if you want to carpet an entire house. So Jonathan plans to build a treehouse in his backyard. His initial model has a length of 2 inches, a width of 2.5 inches, and a height of 3 inches. He wants each 0.5 inch to correspond to 2 feet. So what are the dimensions of the treehouse? Okay, so the first thing we need to do is make sure we have here that 1 inch is equal to a certain amount of feet. Well, how do we get from 0.5 to 1? We multiply by 2. So if we multiply our 0.5 by 2 to get 1 inch, we have to multiply our 2 feet by 2 to get 4 feet. So if 0.5 inches is 2 feet, then 1 inch is equal to 4 feet. And then all we're going to do to find the dimensions of the treehouse is we're going to take our length, our width, and our height, and we're going to multiply them all by 4, because 1 inch is 4 feet. So that means 2 inches is equivalent to 8 feet, since it's 4 feet per inch. Our width is 2.5 times 4, or 10 feet, and our height is 3 times 4, which is 12 feet. Now, Part B asks for the volume of the treehouse. So you want to figure out how much air is inside that treehouse, essentially. You're going to find the volume. Well, it's a rectangle, so you're going to do length times width times height, or the area of the base times the height. 8 times 10 times 12 gets you 960 feet cubed, or 960 cubic feet. Now, Jonathan wants to put an air conditioner in his treehouse. He found that the volume of the treehouse is 960 cubic feet. It will cost Jonathan 15 cents per month to cool each cubic foot of air. Well, how much will it cost Jonathan to cool his treehouse each month? Well, if it's 15 cents per cubic foot, all we need to do is take our total amount of cubic feet and multiply it by the cost per cubic foot, or that 960 times 0.15, which is $144 per month. Tara is reading a book that compares the sizes of animals in nature. She notices that each 0.2 centimeters corresponds to an actual length of 1.5 feet. Again, we have to make sure, okay, that this is 1 centimeter is equal to a certain amount of feet. Well, how do you get from 0.2 to 1? You multiply by 5. Okay? So if 0.2 centimeters is 1.5 feet, then 1 centimeter is 7.5 feet. Well, if the zebra is 3 centimeters tall in the book, we know that each centimeter is equivalent to 7.5 feet. 3 times 7.5 is going to get you 22.5 feet. Now, how tall is an elephant that measures 2 centimeters in the book? The same thing, right? 2 centimeters times the actual length of each centimeter, which is 7.5 feet, you have 15 feet for our height of our elephant. Lastly, we can also do it with circles. So Kyle decides to plant a maple tree in his backyard. He draws a circular plot that has a radius of 2 inches. He decides that each 0.5 inch will equal 3 feet. What is the area of the plot? Well, the first thing we need to do is convert this to be 1 inch. Well, again, 0.5, how do we get 0.5 to be 1? We multiply by 2. So if we multiply our 0.5 by 2, we have to multiply our 3 by 2. So if, oops, I think I changed my units here. If 0.5 inches equals 4 feet, then 1 inch is going to equal 8 feet. Right? We multiplied by 2. So for our radius, in order to find the area, we have to convert our radius in inches, okay, to feet. Well, 2 inches times the 8 feet per inch gets us 16 feet. Now, if we want to find the area, since it's a circular plot, our area is pi r squared. Substitute our 16 in for r, which we square, we get 265 pi feet squared. You can also approximate that if you just did 265 times pi in your calculator to get the actual answer. Okay, if you have any questions, make sure you reach out and let me know.